So after a long battle between the military court-martial and Ugandan civilians, it is clearly seen that the Ugandan civilians had no chance and had nothing like a progress. This came after the lawyer defending Kiza Besigye, that is Kiza Heron, was sent behind bars for 9 months. And this judgment shocked the entire country and also drawing international concerns, bringing the question of should the civilians be tried in the military court. And a case was pending on the table of the Chief Justice, which he delivered the judgment. Before delivering the judgment, Chief Justice made some heart-pounding remarks, among which he clearly gave reason as to why this thing, all this issue needs to be taken seriously. He said the absence of legally trained personnel in the exercise of judicial powers in the General Court Martial and other military court tribunals is adversarial to the situation obtaining in civil courts. That is what the Chief Justice said.
The decision of the judge advocate in the Court Martial Appeal Court, who in any case is not a full member of the court, is merely advisory, as I've said, as it is not binding on the panel. The absence of legally trained personnel in the exercise of judicial power in the General Court Martial and the other military courts or tribunals is at variance with the situation obtaining in the civil courts. This presents two parallel and contrasting standards in the administration of justice. The civil courts are competent as they meet the standards laid down in the Constitution, while the courts martial function in sharp converse thereto, and this is inimical to the right to a fair hearing before an independent and impartial court. Hence, it adversely discriminates against persons who appear before the courts martial. The consequence of this is that it renders the functioning of the court martials unconstitutional. B. Composition of the court by military personnel. This issue gives rise to two distinct questions. First, whether a parallel system of military courts or tribunals staffed by members of the military who are aware of and sensitive to military concerns by its very nature, inconsistent with Articles 28(1) of the Constitution.
CJ Windolo also gave warning to the people who like enjoying insulting people online or insulting him, abusing him, where he says maybe they're trying to gain fame or learn outright on the social media. He said, attacking me on social media is not something that you should not be taking pride of. Instead, you are attacking yourself.
But this idea of thinking that you can gain fame, you want to be known, you learn how to write in social media, thinking you are attacking the Chief Justice, you are attacking yourself. And I ask all these people, please read A Man for All Seasons. You are cutting that forest which you'll need when the devil begins chasing you. So I thought I should say this and then read my judgment. But also let me add, let nobody go fearing that, oh, I have stepped on the foot of the Chief Justice, now he's going to bear ill will against me. No. We as judicial officers, we have taken the type of oath you have not taken. We've taken the oath never to fear, including never to fear criticism, never to favor, never to be driven by affection, and most importantly, in the circumstance of this case, never to bear ill will against even those who have thrown mud at us, because that is the beauty of being a judge. Meaning, if we can sum up that oath, we must be guided by our conscience. That's really what it is saying. So if you've stepped on my toe, don't fear me. Come to me tomorrow, come to my home. I bear no ill will, and none of the judicial officers bears any ill will. But I also hope that you'll have the courage to say sorry. Some of the things that have come out of members of the learned profession, unthinkable. So learn to say sorry. Just you don't have to say it to me, but some of my judicial officers, please say sorry to them, because they are doing this for you. The power comes to you, comes to us from you, because you're part of the people of Uganda.
And now, in a landmark judgment, the Chief Justice who heads the Supreme Court with their team has ruled a very significant ruling that trying civilians in military courts is unconstitutional. And he has also called upon all the civilians being tried in military court that the process should be seized and immediately transferred to the eligible civilian courts. So this is something that many of Ugandans did not expect. And so as he was reading this, a lot of people started clapping their hands, jubilating. Then the CJ said, you should keep quiet, you should maintain order, or I will send you out, where he brought out one idiom that this is not a cloud nine. Now, to those who don't know the meaning of cloud nine, before you watch that clip, cloud nine is a feeling of extreme happiness or elation or bliss.
All charges or ongoing criminal trials or pending trials before the courts martial involving civilians must immediately cease and be transferred. Order. I'm going to chase you out. This is not cloud nine where you can... So I said all charges or ongoing criminal trials or pending trials before the courts martial involving civilians must immediately cease and be transferred to the ordinary courts of law with competent jurisdiction. 3, this judgment, you just note, don't stop this clapping thing. This judgment shall have no retrospective effect on any conviction made and sentences imposed prior to the date of this judgment, save where the conviction and sentence is being challenged in a court of law.
Well, Dr. Odonga, a political philosopher and also a politician, has not wasted time. He reacted immediately, sending clear message that the judiciary has won. The UPDF has also won. Democracy has won. Uganda has won. And he said it is time for His Excellency Museveni to stand up for the democracy he built. Thank you, Chief Justice Dollo. You have proved the naysayers wrong in this difficult stage of democratic evolution. So, as Odonga calls on the president also on the other side has just returned to the State House from the PDM activities in Lao Sub-region. State House themselves said President Museveni and First Lady has returned this afternoon from their PDM tour of the Lao Sub-region. During this visit, they engaged with local leaders and the community to discuss initiatives related to wealth creation and socio-economic transformation. And Museveni also, upon arriving back to the office, sent a clear message to the people of Lao in only 3 words. He said, Apoyo Matek, Lao, I think E is meaning apoyo. Matek, which means thank you, Lao. Now, this must also serve as a serious warning, mostly to the people from central Uganda. When the head of a department comes from central Uganda, whatever thing, you will not complain. But when the person comes from northern Uganda, you will complain to the person. You complain about election being rigged. Which is done by Electoral Commission. Election is always handled by Electoral Commission. The chairman is from that ethnic group. Targeting people on ethnic judgments should stop in Uganda. On several occasions, our dear brothers and sisters from central Uganda have spoken badly about the people from northern Uganda, including Jacob Olanya and obviously Chief Justice Owiny Dollo, hurting their feeling, tarnishing their family image, and also bringing a lot of fear to the people of northern Uganda. Before running to start blaming the CG about the election petitions, how much have you blamed the chairperson of the Electoral Commission? At times you need to admit when you're wrong. It is not good to be dwelling in the past on everything. Otherwise, let's have peace. Let's stop tribalism. Africans, it's a time you start seeing yourself as one. Even if you're brown, you're still black. As a matter of fact, time has proved that we cannot live alone. We have to coexist. This is something I think the elders and the traditional leadership from Central needs to take up as a responsibility. It is not a joking thing. We should think beyond politics. Otherwise, I think with the ruling, Kiza Besigye is aiding for civilian courts. And as Odonga said, the democracy built by Museveni, yeah, I think all Ugandans should be okay by this ruling. And always fight misinformation, fight prejudice. Take responsibility yourself before you put any statement out. So that we have sanity in the country. Thank you so much.